So speaking of SpaceX, that is the second big news that has happened recently in the news. SpaceX Starship rocket, the tallest and most powerful rocket ever built, exploded on its test flight roughly 4 minutes after liftoff from its launch pad in South Texas. Despite the fiery outcome, the mission achieved several milestones towards the future of space development and flights. Some believe otherwise, having criticized SpaceX launch to be a big failure. The rocket did not reach orbit, but provided essential lessons for the private spaceflight company to work towards a more successful mission. SpaceX is relied on by NASA to build a version of the Starship that will carry 2 astronauts from lunar orbit to the surface of the moon during its Artemis 2 mission. What are your thoughts about this, Michael?
This is the largest rocket ever built, which means the challenge is just even harder. And I think what I'll lean into is the fact that SpaceX has done a really good job of learning from its failures and progressing. And we've seen this with their other prototypes, the SN8, SN9, and SN10. And the first two prototypes didn't stick their landings and exploded in dramatic fashion. But by the time they got to the third one, it was able to land safely. So I feel like we should give the people at SpaceX some room. And, it's easy to wrap SpaceX up into just Elon Musk because of his personality, but there's so many talented people working there who are working really hard at this problem. And I think it's only a matter of time before they actually get to a solution and this becomes a conversation that's off the past.
When you're doing something that's never been done before, failure is inevitable. And I say this in my speeches when I'm in front of hundreds of young people. Because I failed, I then became very successful and safely flew around the world in a single engine aircraft. So yes, it's a failure, but there was a great deal of data for engineers to understand just overall performance of the spaceship. The company still remains to be the leading company in global space despite of the setbacks. So, I just think it's a part of this transformation, and we walked away from this with a lot of information and data, and they're just going to come back stronger, and eventually they're going to get there. Well, that is it for this week. Thank you all so much for joining us on Uplink, and we look forward to doing this again next week.
Take care.